Everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampACrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me today. I have an awesome fun fold card that we're going to do today using the Inspiring Inspirations bundle. This is from the annual catalog, which is good through the end of April. But, you know, things start selling out in April, so I wanted to share this with you. It's using the Kintsugi or Kintsugi, I don't know how to pronounce it, Inspiration Suite in the annual catalog. It has an extra page of some of the, little tips and tricks there. But it comes with a stamp set and a die set. It has this fun embossing folder, these beautiful gold embellishments, and then we have this pretty paper right here. So we're going to use some of the paper and the bundle and our embellishments in today's project. Now I'm also going to use the Banner Sayings bundle, which has the 3 banner punch. You can see the 3 different shapes. I love this punch. I hope it's an online exclusive. I hope they keep it because it's so nice to just punch quick, easy little banners to go on your projects. And it has several sentiments. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 sentiments. Oh, it says right there. Could have looked just a little further down. 14 sentiments that would go for a lot of different occasions. So it can go with any stamp set or any bundle. Okay, so let's bring our pieces in. Now I'm using Misty Moonlight for my card base. I'll post measurements on my blog, but this is 5.5 by 7 1/4, and then I scored it at 4 1/4 and 5 3/4. And then I have 3 pieces of basic beige, which are the same length and scored the same way. We're going to put them on different, but this is how those are all scored the same. So this is going to be the back of my card, and I am going to fold that up here, and I'm going to fold back this other score line. So it's kind of a Z fold, as you can see there. And then this one, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to fold this way and this way. Crease those score lines. We're going to put the long section, we're going to glue it to the shorter section here. And then the shorter section of the beige, we're going to glue to the edge of the blue, the bigger section of the blue. So they should lay flat when closed or open like this. So lay flat when open and then laying flat when closed. So we're going to do that with all 3 of these strips. Let's get those creased though. Whoops. But we're going to put one at the top, one at the bottom, and then one in the middle. So we're going to have gaps between them. So let's get these glued down. We'll start with our bottom section. I don't want the glue to go past this panel though. I'm just going to make sure that's lined up and flush with the bottom and the side. And then same with this end. And you should just be able to glue them down like that, flat. And that way we can make sure that they're flat when they go in the envelope. Okay, we're going to glue that. Give that a second, and then we're going to glue this one. I always try to put the glue on the smaller pieces. Can't quite see the top there, so I'm going to make sure I get that flush. And then the middle panel, we are just going to eyeball. And try to get that as even as possible. Okay, we'll do this side. Okay, so we've got our 3 pieces down. So this is the fun fold part, just like that. now we've got to decorate. So I am using these, this pattern. It's got the petal pink on the back side, but it's got the pretty blue and gold pattern on the front. And these are cut so that they have a very thin layer of the basic beige going around them. Okay. They don't have to line up unless you want them to line up. That's up to you. These flowers kind of go everywhere, so it's a good one to not have to worry about lining up too much. But you tend to want a little smaller pattern on there. All right, now this is another pattern in the paper. So this is the one that's just gold and white on one side, and then it's got these pretty misty moonlight swirls on the other. So I'm going to put this on this little center panel. And this is just to kind of break up the pattern a bit. All right, then we have another piece of this pattern on this end. Kind of got all my pieces die cut so we don't have to mess with that. I'm going to put this one like this. Okay. I might put this one like this. We'll just move it around a bit. Okay. Now I have a piece of white. There's not really a place to write on the front, and there's not really an inside except in there, so you're not going to want to put anything in there. So you can glue a piece of white to the back of the card to do your writing. If you're making this for yourself, you might want to write before you glue the back on, or do any stamping that you might want to do. But if you're giving it to someone and they're just going to write, if you want to stamp, and then glue. All right, now I've die cut out a couple of the vases from the designer paper. And then in the dies, I cut out these flowers and then 2 of these little gold twigs. And I'm going to make sure I punch out that little piece in the center. All right, so I want to stick these 2 gold sprigs or twigs into my vase, but I want it to look like it's going inside my vase. So I'm going to grab a mat here, and I'm using this is one of our accessories, and it is the X-Acto knife, or the little craft knife. And I'm just going to cut right above the rim here, the bottom rim. I'm just going to cut a little slit in the vase so I can pop these in. So you can see, I'm going to just stick my twig in there and have it kind of going up in that direction, and then we're going to put our smaller twig, maybe, I might just put it this way, like that. All right, so I'm just going to grab some tape, a little piece of Scotch tape, that's all I need, and just put it right here. Oops, that's too big. I'll fold it over on itself and just kind of hold those in, and then I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to do the same thing with this vase, and we're going to stick those flowers in. I'm going to put this end in here. Just have those kind of coming out. That looks good. We're going to use another piece of tape. I believe in going easy. Now, if you have some tear and tape, you can use that just like regular tape. All right. And then we can pop this up with some dimensionals. Now, I don't need dimensionals in my gap, so I need to figure out where I'm going to put this. I think I might put this over here. So let's put one here. And then we'll do one up here on top and maybe one right there. Okay, that way I know where I'm going. All right, and then on this one, we'll just put a couple right here in the middle and then overlap that just a bit. Okay, and I'm going to grab this little banner I punched out of that banner punch. It's a Misty Moonlight, and I'm just going to do wishing you good things. Where's our sentiments? What else do we have? Let's do, here's to you. Oh, I think I'm going to do wishing you good things. This could be for a lot of different things. I need to see that a little better. Hard to see white on white. And if my head gets in the way, I apologize. There we go. I will pop this up as well. I got that a little bit low, but that's okay. And we're going to just grab that right there. And let's see, we'll add a couple of these because even though we have bling, we always need more bling. So we'll do one there. And we'll put one up, maybe one right up there. And that's it. Isn't that beautiful? Just such a fun, different card. And then whoever you send it to, it sits up so nicely and they can display that on their, you know, their mantle place or wherever they put the beautiful cards that you make for them. And that's it for today. So just remember, when you spend $50 online with me, you're going to get a set of that month's card class projects for free. And I will be back live on Thursday. So thanks for joining me, and make sure to click subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss out on future videos. And we will see you next time. All right. Bye, everyone.